Asè Axé Ashé, and welcome to Storytime. These are my readings and retellings of various stories of the Orisha. It is my prayer that these stories uplift you when you are down, expand your perspective, and strengthen your faith. This story is an interesting one. I came across this story in the book Santeria Stories by Luis Miguel Nunez. There's some very interesting stories in this book. It's interesting because Yemaya only has two stories, one of which I'm going to let you read for yourself, but the other one I'm going to read to you, and this one is entitled How Yemaya Taught Shango a Lesson. I hope you enjoy this story. Obatala was Shango's mother. He stole a treasure from her and she threw him out of the house. Yemaya took the child in and raised him as her own. Shango grew into a handsome young man. He left home and discovered the pleasures that women gave. He made love to hundreds of women, thousands of women. He loved them and left them and forgot them the minute he left them. He forgot so many that he also forgot his stepmother, Yemaya. Women weren't Shango's only love. He also loved to party. He loved to drum. It's while he was drumming that he looked up and saw an exquisite woman. She was Yemaya, but Shango did not recognize her. He had forgotten his mother's face. Shango's heart raced faster than the drums. I don't know what it is about her, he said, but that woman is for me. He didn't know that he felt the love of a son for his mother. Shango put down his drum and went to Yemaya. I thought I knew all the beautiful women in town, he whispered in her ear, but now I have met the most beautiful of them all. Yemaya recognized Shango right away. How can a woman forget her son? He doesn't recognize his own mother, she thought. I should teach him a lesson. Shango caressed Yemaya's shoulder. This party is very crowded, he said. Why don't we go and have a party of our own? Yemaya smiled at him and said, You work fast, sir. Where should we go? Shango stole a kiss and whispered, Let's go to your house. We can be alone there. He couldn't take Yemaya to his house. His wives wouldn't be too happy about that. Yemaya took his hand and said, that would be delicious. Follow me. I'll show you the way to my house. Shango followed her like a little puppy follows a bone. I'm such a stud, he thought. Yemaya led Shango through the town and out onto the beach. A little boat bobbed up and down on the water and she stepped onto the boat. Shango says, don't you think the sand would be more comfortable? Don't be silly, said Yemaya. I thought you wanted to go to my house. Shango said, Where is your house? Yemaya pointed over the waves and said, Over there. It's not that far. Shango could not swim. He did not like water. He did not like boats. But he wasn't about to tell a woman that, so he got into the boat. Yemaya began to row. The boat shot over the water with Shango holding on for dear life. In no time, they were all the way out of the sight of land. This is far enough, Shango said. Yemaya said, Aren't the stars beautiful? And just kept on rowing. Shango took the oars out of her hand and said, This is far enough. Who are you? No one has the strength to row as you do. Yemaya said, But you wanted to come to my house. This is where I live. Shango said, Nobody lives in the middle of the ocean. Yemaya said, I do. Fear washed over Shango. You're not going to leave me here, are you? Still smiling, Yemaya slowly sank beneath the waves, the little boat tossing on the sea. Shango put the oars on the water, but he did not know how to row. All he could manage to do was thrash about until he lost one of the oars and the other one hit him in the head. Yemaya just watched him, laughing. She stirred the sea with her hand to make huge waves. She gave a little push and sent Shango just holding on for his life, baby. When Shango saw the mountain of water coming, he tried to hide beneath like the coils of rope and stuff on the boat. He's like, I give up, I can't fight. He's like, I can fight men, I can fight women, but I can't fight this. The waves were crashing over him and swept him off the boat. He sank like a stone. Water filled his mouth, and he knew he was going to die and was afraid. Yemaya came to his aid. She grabbed Shango's hair and pulled him up to the surface. Shango coughed and gasped. The little boat floated next to him, and he just scrambled aboard. Yemaya rose out of the water and said to him, I hope you have learned your lesson. Shango wheezed and coughed a little more. He said, she's like, I know you, Yemaya. I'll do whatever lesson you want me to learn. Just get me back to the shore. Just put me back on dry land. Yemaya said, I have one condition. Shango said, anything. Yemaya said, you must learn to respect your mother. Shango was indignant. My mother threw me away when I was a baby. Obatala came down and appeared on the boat next to Shango. He said, my son, you have to respect Yemaya. She is your mother too. Rage filled Shango. You abandoned me, he yelled. You threw me out of your house. Obatala said, I brought you into the world. It was up to another to raise you and to bring you up. Yemaya said, Shango, you either forget women or you hate them. You hate your mother, and you have even forgotten me, your second mother. You have two mothers, Shango, said Obatala. You have two mothers in a world where many people don't have one. A wind blew over the ocean. It smelled fresh and clean. It blew away the hate that kept Shango in his heart. Shango had kept in his heart since he was a little boy. Shango sighed and said, I'm sorry I hated you, Obatala. I'm sorry I forgot you, Yemaya. It is indeed wonderful to have two mothers. Shango changed, and he respected women after that, but he still chased them. This story is extremely intriguing to me because we see the male rake, we see the womanizer, we see the man who's always chasing women, who have a wife at home, a mistress downtown, and a girlfriend across town. We see this energy in Shango today. He doesn't just have Yemaya as his mother, he has other members of the community that have also contributed to his growth and development. And look at his behavior like, bro, what you doing? This story reminds me of the importance of not just respecting our parents, but respecting their journey, understanding that our parents are their own people. They brought us into this world and they raised us. And as adults, we have to remember that this their first time doing this too. They're not going to do everything perfect. Everything isn't going to be right. It doesn't excuse everything, but I hope you enjoyed this story. I look forward to telling you more. The references for the stories used today can be found at the book list at theasheshop.com, where you can register, book a session, and anoint your body with our spiritual bath and body products. Asè Axé Ashé. Oh.